We are talking about our favorite topic, the Altman-Musk rivalry.
Nice. Ending on a fun one.
That's right. That's right. So, look, in 20 seconds, I mean, this lawsuit is not something that I refresh myself on every single day, frankly.
You're
So just give us
lucky.
the 20-second refresher on, the lawsuit and where it stands right now.
Sure thing. Yeah. So, for those who haven't been following it so closely, or are fortunate, like Akash,
Scenes from our previous episode.
right. Yeah. Season recap.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. You might remember, it seems like a long time ago now, but Elon Musk was actually a co-founder of
Right.
OpenAI. So in the
Yep.
early days, he helped set it up. He donated money. He says he also donated, his time, 4 Teslas,
Right.
his reputation, and he helped set up the company. He did all this on the understanding that OpenAI was going to be a charitable nonprofit with a particular mission to ensure that powerful AI benefits humanity. Now, in his view, in the years since, OpenAI has done things that are inconsistent with that agreement. So, some specific ones he calls out are that OpenAI set up a for profit subsidiary that releases products. Often those products have not been released open source, as he thought was the intention. That subsidiary has established a close relationship with Microsoft, which is, of course, a for profit tech corporation. He argues that Sam Altman has sort of sidelined the AI safety teams inside OpenAI. And then most recently, OpenAI has completed this kind of corporate restructuring. That means that the investors have traditional equity in OpenAI now. They
Right.
don't have these sort of capped profit ownership shares that they had before. So all of this together, he said, this sort of betrays the agreement we had, and he takes them to court. And he takes them to court for many claims, including antitrust claims and breach of contract. And a handful of those claims now look like they could go to a trial as early as March. So we wanted to take a look at, well, in the event that he does win some of those claims at that trial, what could come out of it?
And what could come out of? By the way, that was longer than 20 seconds, but it's fine. We'll keep going.
It's a long case.
It's a long case. But what could come of it?
Yeah. Let's start with the money side. I think that's a little simpler. At the low end, if he wins, he could get repaid for the dollars that he put into OpenAI in the early days, maybe with some interest. The number has slid around a little bit, but right now we're thinking he put in about 38 million. So maybe he gets that back and some change.
And maybe the 4 Teslas.
Right. Maybe he still wants those. He could also be awarded what they call punitive damages. So it's not just trying to make Musk whole again, it's trying to punish OpenAI for some sort of wrongdoing that they have allegedly done.
Hmm.
The other outcome, and this is sort of the big one, this is the billion-dollar word in this case, it's non-restitutionary disgorgement. And that's a mouthful. I mean, try to say that 10 times fast.
Non-restitutory. Yeah, I can't do it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's non-restitutionary in the sense that it's not trying to make Musk whole for anything that he has lost along the way. But nonetheless, OpenAI would have to disgorge its ill-gotten profits. So the idea is anything that OpenAI has now that's traceable back to that 38 million he gave initially is
Right.
something that OpenAI should not have. And so they should have to give it up.
I think the most interesting part for me from your reporting was that, look, this is $1 billion. It's not exactly that much money to either party anymore. Whereas the stakes were much higher before, that it could have actually disrupted the entire restructuring of OpenAI and the way the governance worked. I mean, we're talking about, dare I say, only $1 billion in money. And so
That's right.
the broader question I have for you, Rocket, is how much mindshare do you think this actually operates for Sam Altman and Elon Musk anymore? Is this even something that you think they care about that much?
I think it is. I think it really is. Since OpenAI has completed its restructuring, it looks a little bit less likely that the court would interfere and try to prevent or reverse that restructuring, but it's still on the table. You really can't count anything out. A number of the lawyers that I talked to about this case said, well, I advise my clients that in most cases, there's a 20% chance that anything could happen. Juries, they're unpredictable. Who knows how things will play out down the road? So I think it is very much a live issue for both of the parties. And I think if it wasn't, they wouldn't be fighting it so hard. I mean, they're putting a lot of resources into fighting this out in the courts. And if the stakes were smaller for them, maybe we wouldn't see that same level of conviction. So, just to reiterate, in addition to the money side, which in the extreme scenarios could exceed $1 billion, there could also be other remedies that the court awards. It could try to sort of change the nature of the relationship between OpenAI and Microsoft, for example, because that's something that Musk has complained about. It could also try to reverse the restructuring or try to put new conditions on the restructuring.
Okay, so the stakes are still pretty high then.
I'd say.
Great. Okay. Well, Rocket, I look forward to seeing what more comes of the case and what more you dig up. I want to thank you for coming on. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Akash.